Alright, welcome to this update video for both of the channels. I'll give you an update of what's going on. I'm going to incorporate in the faction update as well into this video. So I'm not going to make it separate, it'll just all be absorbed into this one video here. So stay tuned if you're looking for an update on all of the different factions, what to expect. Some are ready for war here, so exciting for some of these, fully updated for chapter approved, new revamp lists and so on. But I'll give you an update on all of the factions. Here, a lot of people have been asking, what about this faction, when are these going to make an appearance and so on. So that'll be covered here in this video. And then just a general update on what's going on, what to expect as well in the future on the channels. So number one is a big thank you to everyone that has subscribed. I've just gone past 75,000 subscribers on the channel, so it is quite a milestone for sure, and so none of that's possible without your support. Thanks to all of you who tune in and watch the videos. For those of you that have subscribed, and some right from the very start, we're on season 7 now, and so the videos have been coming out for about 7 years. It's hard to take it in how long it's been, but a thank you to all of you who have subscribed at whatever stage, and then have stayed subscribed and watched the videos and share them and hit the like button. All of that's much appreciated, really helps out, and it's great to reach that milestone as well. So big thank you to everyone for your support down through the years so far. So a big thank you to all of you for that. It's much appreciated, very encouraging, and great to see that. The aim, I still want to keep the YouTube channel like a hobby-based channel. So I'm painting armies, painting units that I like, doing lists that I like, but still trying to do a competitive edge on them for sure, and trying to make them that they can compete well in games and so on, but still want to stick to that sort of fluffy, that sort of balance between the two. So competitive fluff is sort of the balance I'm trying to aim for, and making an emphasis on nice terrain, so visually the games are nice to look at as well, sort of narrative, some narrative, so that you're still getting the competitive edge to it as much as possible, and then you're still getting a nice story. And we found that a lot of the battles that we play, the storyline develops. That's the beauty of 40k, it develops itself, as the battle starts to unfold, even the narrative builds as the game gets going. Especially some of the recent games we've played, some real good themes going on from them. And that's just generated purely through the scenarios that we've been playing. So that's been the aim of the channel, it always has been, and still planning to keep to that kind of style. There's other channels that have different styles, so that's no problem. Everyone's got their own way of approaching this great hobby. So just to sort of cover everything in this video, sort of just a chance to give everyone an update and just to hear feedback as well. If you want to leave some feedback and suggestions and questions and so on, put that in the comment section below. So first thing I'll say is Instagram. It's a good number of you following on Instagram already. It's a great visual platform. It's a great way of staying updated with what's going on. If there's ever a big video release, like a battle report for example, either here or on the Plus Channel website, I upload that. So it's a great way of keeping informed that way. I take pictures of battles before they release as videos. I take pictures of games that we've played, usually about 10 pictures, and a great way of zooming in and seeing the models and the action taking place, and so I share those as well. I also keep up to date, or keep people updated with what's coming off the painting desk as well. So you'll see the brand new Ghost Kill battlesuit freshly painted. That's one of the recent posts just there. So it's a great way to visually keep tabs of what's coming and what's on the way. And Instagram's superb, for visual content and photographs and so on. It's an excellent way of following what's going on. And then also as a bit of a backup as well. If maybe something goes wrong with YouTube, or who knows, what can happen, then at least there's Instagrams there and I can leave updates and so on. So really encourage you to follow me on Instagram. So it's just Striking Scorpion 82. Check me out on Instagram, follow me there, and then you'll get all those sneak peeks and pictures and so on, and updates from the painting desk on that platform. Then another thing is it's a great way of making announcements here, trying to keep people updated what's going on. A lot of people were saying, well, you've been talking about a league. I mentioned the league for our games in the various battle reports. So if you go onto the there's two ways to find it. Either if you're on desktop, on the top right hand corner of the channel homepage, you'll see some little icons. One takes you to a Patreon page for our local Wargaming club. The other, there is a Google spreadsheet there, and if you click on that, it takes you to the league table, and that gives you an update on which armies, how they're performing. We're sort of running a league here for the season, so we total up the wins and losses, and then, like last year, we'll play a final where the top 2 factions will play for the crown for season 7. Just adds a really interesting and exciting dynamic. You know, every game has a purpose and a reason now, and so perhaps some factions, they're out of the league, they've lost so many games, but they could cause an upset by defeating one of the top performing armies and so on. Then you'll have some couple of factions really surging ahead, and then you'll see a power struggle taking place. So and then obviously the climax of that, the season finale, they usually play a double episode to resolve who will be crowned the champions. We did it last year. If you watched the last 2 games of season 6, Tau versus Astra Militarum, and that decided who the winner of that season would be. I'm not going to say who won. If you haven't seen that already, then check that out there at the end of season 6 battle reports. But I think it's a great dynamic to have to what's going on. That's all been compiled and it's maintained by Phoenix Reborn, one of the subscribers here on YouTube and on the Plus channel as well. So a big thank you to him for maintaining that league table for us. If you can't get on desktop, then in the video description below this video I've put a link to it as well, so you can click on that link and it will take you to that Google page also. Whilst I mentioned it, I mentioned Patreon as well. I've set up a Patreon page, Striking Scorpion 82. It's not for myself. I've set it up and the funds are directed to SSWG. It's my local Wargames club. That's where I started off playing Warhammer 40,000 back. I joined them back when I was 14, and if it wasn't for that club, none of this channel would exist. That's kept me in the hobby, you know, made hobbying friends, great place for terrain and playing games, and they play historical, fantasy stuff, all sorts there. Great club to be at. And so I've set that Patreon page up to as a thank you to them. So if you donate there, all the proceeds go to SSWG, and I've got levels as well. There's bronze level, where you just get a massive thank you for your support. Then there's silver level, where your name goes in the end credits of all the big battle reports. So if you watch the end credits, your name will appear forever engraved upon one of those battle reports there. That's at silver level. And then I have gold level, and if you support in that, then I give your name a shout out at the start of all our battle reports as well. So there's some incentives there for those that help, and a big thank you to those that are already supporting the SSWG Wargames Club through the Patreon page. It has been a great help, and the club members there have been very grateful for the funds that have come through. There's no staff there, they don't advertise, it just goes to the running of the club, and they invest it in new terrain and project ideas. A lot of stuff scratch built, and so you'll see in our battle reports new terrain being introduced. A lot of that we use is from the SSWG Wargames Club. So that's the Patreon page. Then people have been asking about terrain. I think the next terrain project is the AdMech sector terrain. How to paint that. So that's this stuff just here. These ones. I'm planning a tutorial on how to paint these. So keep a lookout for that in the future. Do plan on still making terrain videos. A massive aspect to the hobby. Terrain can often be neglected. People put together great armies and they play on subpar terrain. I think it's a shame. I think terrain's a great backdrop, and so I want to keep that as a good aspect here for the channel for sure. Check out all the terrain tutorials that already are. There's plenty there already. Lots of basing tutorials as well available for everyone to see. Also, one terrain tutorial is available is your gamemat.eu terrain. Show you how to upgrade and paint them up to look that kind of result. It's very fast and effective, and just adds a nice bit of variety to terrain to paint them up that way. Then for painting tutorials, I'm putting it off, but one of the next ones I need to do is Harlequins. There's a lot of chaos bursting onto the channel at the moment. They're defeating the Imperial armies here, and so there needs to be some army out there somewhere that's going to put a stop to all this. And maybe it's maybe Harlequins. I'll try and work on that army and get them out there. A real dazzling, beautiful army. Be great to see them on the channel as soon as possible. A lot of questions about Apocalypse. Do we have any more planned? The answer is yes. 2 that we really want to go for is to have an Eldar Apocalypse, to bring them back. It's been years since we played Eldar, pure Eldar, and I reckon we may pit them against the Space Marines, James's Ultramarines specifically. I think that would be a classic matchup. And the other one we're aiming for is Orks. An Ork apocalypse on a large scale will be exciting for sure. Not entirely sure who they're going to be up against. I've got a few scenarios lined up. But Orks I'm working towards at the moment. Definitely, that might be a combined Ork army. My Orks plus a number of other Ork players lumping together. I think it'll be great fun. So then update on the Plus channel. So you'll see a link to that in the description below. Also on the channel homepage there is a direct link as well. If you go to the YouTube channel homepage, top right corner, near where the league table is, the Patreon page is also a link that takes you directly to the Plus channel. So I run my battle reports and content here on YouTube, and then I run a load of other content, and half of season 7 battle reports are over there on the Plus channel. And so you can sign up to that. It's 14-day free trial is back on, so you can try it out free of charge. 14 days free trial, you can cancel at any time, and then there is the yearly subscription available where you'll get 12 months the price of 10, so a good discount there, and then that will grant you access to the entire libraries, every single video, and it will give you access to all the forums as well on that website. And so you can support me in the work that I do by subscribing, and in return you get a whole ton of battle reports and content and so on there on the Plus channel. So that is the way that website works. In-depth painting tutorials, made a good number of those now, and that's bigger projects, things like how to paint an Imperial Knight, for example. It's Imperial Fist Rhino, sort of larger projects that are more difficult. I've put those as a series on the Plus channel, so when you sign up you get access to all of those. There's a good spreads, one for the Orks, one for the Drukhari as well, all available, one for the Admech, one of the Dune Crawlers, show how to paint one of those. So that's all available there. If you just want the painting tutorial by itself and none of the other content, I have made them as individual videos for a very nominal fee. You can rent or purchase that in-depth painting tutorial. You get access to that just for a small amount, and that means a good number of people have done that already. If you need help with painting any of those factions. So if you're enjoying the league of season 7, half of those battles are on the Plus channel. So often we're playing, we're doing double episodes, so you play one game on YouTube, one game on the Plus channel. Then there's unique games, one-off games as well mixed in, some of them on YouTube, some of them on the Plus channel. So if you want the full league, then that's you go on YouTube and then onto the Plus channel website as well. And then there's unique series on there also. So there's army development videos where I develop new lists and then interact with subscribers, and a lot of the new configurations and new armies coming out have been from input from the Plus channel subscribers. There's subscriber list analysis videos. I've just filmed one of them, and that's where I take a subscriber on the Plus channel, take a list that they have, and then I run through the list and I give it the Scorpion treatment, give it a mark out of 10, and a lot of interaction as well in that video series. Also in-depth painting tutorials, which you already talked about. There's Beat the Bear battle reports. One of those, the latest one, is free of charge to watch, so you can head over there now and watch that. That's episode 4, and that's where I take a break from taking part in a game, and it's James versus someone else. So a different one. I'm still commenting, but I'm not taking part in the game. It's nice to have a break and then let someone else give James a beating. His nickname's the Bear, so it's Beat the Bear battle report to see if anyone can beat him in those games. The latest one is Death Guard. It's a nautical themed Death Guard army from Patrick Darling, and then that's against James's Ultramarines. A fantastic game it was, so I have to just let this one out to the public, so I've made it free of charge to watch. So that whole series is on there. Then there's painting reference videos as well. I'll give you front, back and side views of all of the units from a lot of the factions. Great painting reference. They're all available on the Plus channel as well. There's different campaigns, previous battle reports from different seasons as well. So lots of content on there. Almost 58th edition battle reports now on the Plus channel. So a big library of battle reports and videos to watch for sure. So I think that's pretty much all the updates here. Yeah, battle reports. I don't want to project too far ahead, but with this season I'm trying to do a good spread of as many factions as possible. There's a lot of variety this year. On previous seasons sort of majored on some of the factions, but here You should get a nice spread of battle reports. Had a good number of factions already, and we're just on the borderline of a few other factions making a comeback as well. So good news if you're a follower of the Tau Empire. That army is complete. So I'm going to cover that here in this, but that army is complete, ready to go, and so too is almost ready. It's the Adeptus Mechanicus for them to make a return. So two of the big hitting factions here. It's almost the middle of the season. These two big factions about to arrive and make their bid to be champions as well. So just to update what's going on, so Space Wolves, their revamped army list is now complete. So they've now featured in a good number of games. Some games I've filmed haven't been released yet for them. So exciting times for Space Wolves players. Really happy with the army. Most of it's been painted up by Siege Studios and they've done a great job. And I've sort of introduced a few of my own new units just to update the list. But that's all complete now. So there is a start collecting and complete army video for these on the channel now. It's been out for a good while. Fully updated and go for all the units and points and so on, strategy. And then there's battle reports on both of the channels, over on the Plus channel website and then over here on YouTube as well. So great time for Space Wolves players. Great to see that list finished and the game's up and running with them. Then in no particular order, I haven't got all the codexes here, so I've got a note here for the others that I don't have, but Drukhari, I've purchased the models that I need and they're sort of next in line to be revamped. The list I have, I think, is a vast improvement. What it was, I think the list at the moment and the models availability that I have isn't very good, so there's some new units I need to paint up for these, so it'll be a while, but I would say the next time you see these, I've started to do some tactical videos for them. Brand new series started here on YouTube, and the next time you see them in a game will probably be on the Plus channel. I start doing experimental games, maybe a few allies just to get them up to 2k, so that's probably where you'll see them next fighting. But good to see these guys back. Nice themed army, so it'll be good to have the Drukhari back in action. Then the Adeptus Mechanicus, as I've mentioned, I've got 7 models left to paint, just infantry models, and the brand new list for them is complete. I reckon I've already done a start collecting video for them, but I reckon I'll do a complete army video, fully updated, once the models are finished being painted up for these, and then as soon as they're ready, I've got some games lined up for them and some exciting battles as well. So excellent news for the Adeptus Mechanicus as well. Tau Empire, this army is, as I've said, is now complete. The last Ghost Kill is painted and ready to go. So within the next few weeks I hope to film some battles with them. I really want them to fight against the Astra Militarum and the Ultramarines for sure, and then we'll see who else also. But keep an eye on the Tau Empire. This is one of they're the channel champions from last year, and so they will be aiming to to take the title again. But to get up there in the league, they need to win all their games, because there's been some good standards set here by a number of the factions so far. Just whilst I remember, yes, I'll mention Death Guard here. So I don't have Death Guard, but Aaron Allen does. He's been entered into the league, and so any games that you see league regular 40k battles that feature the Death Guard, they're in the league. So Aaron can make a bid to take the crown as well with his Death Guard, and they have been performing really well. So it's great to see them represented on the channel, and a very strong and solid list that he has, beautifully painted as well. That's Aaron Allen from Rubicon Painting Services and his army, so great to have them. Then I'll mention Tom Covier as well, Red Scorpions. He's in the league, yet to play a game, but may well be one soon. He has a big collection of Red Scorpions, beautifully painted up, and so whilst my army is still being painted out, it's not close to being ready. Still, the Red Scorpions can be represented by him, so it's great to have another player entering into the league as well. So just to mention those two. Imperial Knights, the army is about 2/3 complete, waiting on a Helverin to be painted up here for House Terran, and then one more unit after that, and that will complete the Imperial Knights up to 2,000 points. So exciting to have a standalone Imperial Knights army to use also. I hope to film some more games with them. Then Space Marines, there's 2 here. It is my own Red Scorpions. I think I'm going to put these on the back burner for a while because, like a lot of Primaris players, they're waiting to see what Games Workshop release. We've seen a wave of new releases, all the Phobos type units coming out, but there's going to be more stuff coming, potentially new codex as well. So I don't want to push ahead and get a finalised 2K list and then a load of new stuff arrives. And so I'm going to watch with interest to see what happens with them. But still, you're going to get to see Primaris. James is running a lot of Primaris stuff for his Ultramarines, and then Tom as well with his Red Scorpions. So still be very well represented for sure. There is a Primaris Space Marine Tactica series, and you get a good chance to see my Primaris units that I have painted up nice and close. If you like the way they look, then there is a painting tutorial for the Red Scorpions here on YouTube, and there's an in-depth painting tutorial. I'll show you how to paint one of the Redemptor Dreadnoughts there on the Plus channel. Yes, whilst I remember, I'll also mention James's Ultramarines. He's painting up units for them, and the army's looking superb. So they're up and ready for battle. Plenty of fights already with them on both the channels. And James's Astra Militarum haven't featured yet. We plan to film some games of them very soon as well. James is itching to get those back in action also. So yeah, a number of big hitting factions here still yet to appear this season. Imperial Fists, the list is finished. There is a complete army video for the new list that I'm running at the moment, and they've been in action a fair bit. They had a double episode against the Death Guard, and planning some future games of them as well. So Imperial Fists, great to see them up and running. I sort of plan to experiment with a few of the units I've already got painted up just to add some variety to the list that I already have. So Space Marine is very well represented here at the moment on the channel, just from armies that myself, James and others have. Blood Angels started off the season, controversial list for them. I still have faith in the core of this list. The army's been in action, just filmed a brand new game with them as well. So if you're into Blood Angels and follow them on the channel, then keep a lookout. We filmed a brand new game and hope to film another one. So you know, it'll be on either on YouTube or on the Plus channel, hopefully one on each. So there should be a good representation of them very soon as well. But I love the Blood Angels. I think still my favourite Space Marine army at the moment. I do like them very much. For the Orks as well, that start of the season, a lot of games from them. They've had the most games so far, and so I've had other factions in games at the moment, but hope to use the Orks in some more games very soon. Also got some games lined up for them, and then Apocalypse, hopefully, with the Orks as well. So I think that'd be good. So a couple of armies I don't have here, I don't have the codexes for them. Harlequins, then the army's still a long way from completion, but they are at the forefront of my mind for sure, because I really want them to get into action. Because Harlequins against anything, I think, is going to be a great game. You know, Harlequins against Ultramarines, what a game that would be. Harlequins against any of the Chaos factions that are out there as well, superb games. Harlequins, Astra Militarum, difficult game for them, but would be just really good. So really want to see the Harlequins in action as soon as possible, so I'm going to have to try and make an effort to get them done, but don't expect them anytime soon, sadly, but hopefully that will change. Eldar as well, good number of games played by them. They are currently in the lead on the league, so it's good results from them. Do plan some more games with the Eldar as well, and maybe the Apocalypse also, and I'm happy with the list. The army's up and running well. Thousand Sons as well, the army's fully revamped now for chapter approved 2018, and they've played a good number of games with them as well, and they've been performing pretty good actually, and we've got some more battles planned for them. And then for Tyranids, currently painting a new unit for them. It's just a unit of Raveners, updating them to the new plastic models, or newer plastic models, and planning to sort of do some experimental type games with them, and adjust the list for those. But it's very adaptable because it's got a large collection of Tyranids. I can change different lists around for them, no problem at all. So it's good news for the Tyranids. And then for the Necrons, wasn't planning to do many games of them, but just wanted to try out a experimental list, and the experimental list has actually done pretty good. It's a nice themed list, I think, good representation of lots of different units, and so good to see the Necrons back in action, and some new games filmed with them to arrive soon as well. So that's a lot of factions. God, it's a lot of armies to run. So it's taken a while to get them all up. You know, when chapter proof comes along, there's lots of points changes. I try and it's a chance for me just to spruce an army up, to introduce a couple of new models, and so that's worked out well. But it just takes a bit of time, you know, moving from one army to the next. But the next one to be finished off is Admech. They're the ones to arrive soon. Tau are finished, and they're lined up ready to fight now in a variety of games as well. There's one other faction, which is the Secret Project, which is underway. It's over on the Plus channel. It's a new faction I'm working on at the moment. On the Plus channel, there is a painting tutorial for them already. So when you subscribe, you'll find out what that faction is, and then you'll gain access to the full painting tutorial for them. And the aim for my painting tutorials, wherever they are, here on YouTube or over on the website, they're designed to help you get nice results, but to try and save you time as well. So you're able to get an army out in the battlefield in a decent amount of time, but still getting some nice results. That's always the aim for my painting tutorials. So there it is. That's the update then. Just giving you all the details that I can about the factions. Sort of approaching halfway through, virtually at halfway through the season now. A good number of games already. Some exciting ones lined up, and hope to get a good spread of some of these other factions that are about to make their appearance again in the future. So that's the update. Leave your own comments and feedback in the video below, and keep a lookout for all that's to come in the future. Check out the Plus channel if you haven't already. Free trial is available 14 days, and then thanks to all of you that support me on the Plus channel already, and then when you sign up and gain access to all of that content, it supports me and helps me in the videos that I make as well. So a big thank you for your support on the Plus channel website. But there it is. That's the update here for Strikey Scorpion 82. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all the subscriptions as well, and tune in next time.